Bold, brazen, and deliberate. That's how employees at this plaza are describing the man who snatched two young girls and used their mother's car to get away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to America's Dumbest Getaway Drivers. Today we're talking about a man who thought he was auditioning for Grand Theft Auto 5, but ended up starring in Dumbass Chronicles Season 1, Episode 1. TRAVAUGHN. Remember that name, because it's about to be synonymous with how to ruin your entire life while stopping at McDonald's. So one day, TRAVAUGHN was in heavy need of a few grams of collard greens and a Big Mac supersized meal, but TRAVAUGHN had a major problem. TRAVAUGHN was broker than Christian McCaffrey at the beginning of a football season. So what TRAVAUGHN decides to do to fix his problems of being down and out? TRAVAUGHN decided to steal a car. A bold move, a risky move, especially when the reward is a Big Mac meal and the eighth of collard greens. Anyways, TRAVAUGHN picks out his vehicle and his victim. It's a young lady moving clothes back and forth from the laundromat. She goes in with a load of clothes and bam, TRAVAUGHN gets his GTA on. But wait, surprise twist, the car wasn't just a car, it was a 2-for-1 special, because inside that ride were two kids. Yup, a 10-year-old and an infant. That young lady turned out to be a young single mother. He didn't just commit Grand Theft Auto, he accidentally signed up for babysitting duty. And listen, anytime your felony charge comes with a free daycare shift, that's when you know you messed up big time. Now here's where the story takes a hard left turn into the land of ridiculous. The 10-year-old child starts screaming like hell, damn near jumped out the car, but TRAVAUGHN was driving fast as hell. And in the midst of the baby screaming, TRAVAUGHN realizes, oh snap, what am I doing? I just wanted an eighth of collard greens and a Big Mac meal. I don't want no damn kidnapping charge. So what does he do? He dropped the kids off at a motel like he's checking them into a Motel 6 daycare. They leave the nightlight on for you. This man took them kids to a prostitution and crackhead resort. Like seriously, who does that? TRAVAUGHN could at least left them kids at a police station or a fire department. Nah, he's like, here kids, enjoy Cartoon Network and the vending machine dinner. Uncle TRAVAUGHN got a play he need to make. After his babysitting side quest, TRAVAUGHN pulls into a McDonald's, and you know what? That's probably the most relatable part of this story. After stealing a car, dropping kids off at a motel, sometimes you just need a McChicken to reset your brain. But here's where he graduates from dumbass to legendary dumbass. He decides he's gonna call for a getaway cab. Yes, I'ma dump this lady's vehicle off in a McDonald's parking lot and I'ma call me a Uber home. I'm a genius, I'm a damn criminal mastermind. And not only am I about to call this cab, I'ma use my real name to order the cab. Because me, myself, TRAVAUGHN, I lost all my common sense at the tender age of 0. So yeah, let me order this cab in my name while in the midst of committing a crime. Bro literally handed law enforcement the answer key. Imagine if Al Capone went to the cops and said, hey fellas, I'll be in the drive-thru under the name Capone. Party of one. That's the energy right here. They ain't leave the lights on for TRAVAUGHN. Them lights been cut off since he was conceived. And just when you think it can't get no dumber, TRAVAUGHN whips out the victim's debit card to buy some Mary Jane products, marijuana, collard greens, the same card tied to the person whose car he stole. At that point, he wasn't even committing crimes anymore. He was just writing a how-to guide called How to Make Sure You Get Caught in 5 Easy Steps. Step 1, steal a car. Step 2, babysit unwilling kids. Step 3, McDonald's. Step 4, give your government name to Uber. Step 5, leave a paper trail at the weed shop. Now let's be real for a second. Florida courts do not play when it comes to children being involved in crimes. They will stack those charges higher than pancakes at an IHOP buffet. He's facing kidnapping, grand theft, and theft. And the wildest part is, his bond is only $20,000. I'm guessing when the judge looked over his case, the judge shook his head and said this man TRAVAUGHN is not a criminal. This man TRAVAUGHN is not a gangster. He's a dumbass. We gon' take it easy on his simple-minded ass. Look at the details of this crime. Obviously, this man is not supposed to be out in public unsupervised. That's what the judge said about TRAVAUGHN. That's why the bond was so low. He knew TRAVAUGHN was slow. We are living in a major self-snitching epidemic. I'm surprised TRAVAUGHN ain't take a video of him driving and the kids crying and upload it on Instagram. He probably did this for a smoking hot date he had from a lady he met on the BOK dating social site. Her bio said, you gotta have a car, you gotta be 420 friendly, and you gotta feed me. TRAVAUGHN said, bet it up, let me commit these felonies right quick and then I'ma get right with you. Let this be a cautionary tale. If you are ever thinking about stealing a car, don't. But if you're dumb enough to do it, maybe don't bring kids, Ronald McDonald, and the debit card receipt trail into your master plan. Because TRAVAUGHN just showed us that sometimes the only thing more dangerous than crime is doing it with 0 brain cells. So I pulled out my calculator and I did some math. And according to my calculations, this whole thing boils down to about $34. Think about that for a second. TRAVAUGHN was out here committing grand theft auto, kidnapping, theft, identity fraud, self-snitching, the whole crime buffet. And for what? A couple grams of collard greens and the McDonald's value meal? That's $34. A 3.5 or some mid-grade gonna run you about $20, and a large Big Mac meal from McDonald's gonna run you about $13.73. So yeah, if you estimate that, that's $34. You didn't need to commit 3 felonies for $34. You didn't need to babysit no kids in the back of a stolen Hyundai for $34 damn. You could have called your cousin who still owes you $40. You ain't heard from him in months. You could have hit up your baby mama, told her, look, I need a 20 sack and a McDouble. And she would have at least rolled her eyes before cash apping you. Way easier than kidnapping charges. Everybody got that one tired family member who will give you money just to make you go away. He could have knocked on his auntie's door like, hey auntie, I need $34. And she'd be like, boy, if I give you this $34, will you finally leave me the hell alone? And bam, you got your $34. Your auntie got you, and now you don't got to worry about no mugshot, no felony, no Motel 6 daycare program. $34. That's like 2 DoorDash deliveries. If you skip the tip, that's 1 tank of gas on E. That's literally sofa cushion money. You know how dumb you gotta be to risk 15 years in prison over $34 damn. TRAVAUGHN, I got cousins that look like you, bro. We can't be going out like this, man. What the hell? TRAVAUGHN turned his whole life into an extensive criminal rap sheet for a combo meal in a dime bag. He wasn't committing crimes for survival. He was committing crimes for the dollar menu. And McDonald's ain't even good enough for that. If you gon' risk your freedom for some fast food, at least risk your freedom for some Chick-fil-A. At least risk it for some Popeyes, Zaxby's, Raising Cane's. Don't throw your life away for some soggy McFries and a 10-piece nugget that look like circles and socks. Moral of the damn story. If your master plan ends with a grand total of $34, you don't need a heist. You need a family member with Zelle. Call your baby mama. Call your grandma. Sell some plasma. I don't care. But don't end up in prison explaining to your cellmate that you're serving 10 years for a McChicken and some mid-grade